What's up everybody and welcome to the Fight Franchise and our preview and prediction of the co-main event of UFC 306 where Alexa Grasso defends her women's flyweight championship against Valentina Shevchenko in a trilogy fight of what has been quite an epic rivalry in women's MMA and probably the best. I don't know any other trilogies in women's MMA, but this might be the only one I can think of off the top of my head, but probably this is easily the best. They've had two epic fights which have gone Alexa Grasso's way and a draw. We're going to kind of break down the previous fights, how we've got here, and then tailor the tape and then give our preview of the fight and how we think it's going to go. So we'll start off with Valentina Shevchenko and how she's got into this position. So Valentina Shevchenko would join MMA with some brilliant kickboxing and Muay Thai experience, and then she would get into the UFC and would take on Sarah Kaufman, and then lose in a close fight versus Amanda Nunes, where she was fighting at women's bantamweight because there wasn't a flyweight division at the time, and she felt quite undersized there. She would beat Holly Holm and Juliana Pena, and then fight for the world title against Amanda Nunes in a very close and competitive fight, which the decision went to Amanda Nunes. From then onwards, the kind of flyweight division was opened with the announcement of I'm pretty sure it was a tough season where a women's flyweight champion was crowned. It was a Latina lady off the top of my head. I cannot remember her name. She won the title and then kind of ran off and vacated the belt. From then onwards, Valentina Shevchenko would have a undisputed flyweight title shot for vacant gold versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who was coming up from strawweight after 2 losses from Rose. Valentina and Jędrzejczyk fought in a great fight where, you know, Valentina was too big and too strong and too technical for Jędrzejczyk to handle, where she won the decision and became world champion. From then onwards, she amassed a streak which grants her the title of one of the best women's fighters of all time and easily the best women's flyweight fighter of all time. She would brutally head kick KO Jessica Ai, decision Liz Carmouche, Caitlin Chookagian TKO, Jennifer Maia decision, Jessica Andrade TKO, and Lauren Murphy TKO. We kind of saw her as the second best women's fighter in the world behind Amanda Nunes, and then she got a title defense against Talia Santos at UFC 275. This was a brilliant fight. It wasn't brilliant in the sense it was blockbuster entertainment. It was the first time we properly in years since Amanda Nunes saw someone challenging Valentina Shevchenko who looked unbeatable, and it was a very close fight where I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was an accidental headbutt or an elbow off the top of my head, but Talia Santos got compromised by that, and you know, the eyes swell up, and you know, Valentina got lucky because there was moments where Talia Santos on the ground was, you know, and in the grappling was doing very well. The decision was a split decision to Valentina Shevchenko. She got away with that one. And then a year later, Alexa Grasso, where they had a back and forth fight. And we all, and even me included, I've always thought Valentina's a brilliant striker, you know, on the feet, her Muay Thai kicks. Her punches have never been the best. And when she faced Alexa Grasso, who's got great striking on the feet, in that fight, when you watched Alexa versus Valentina Shevchenko Valentina versus Grasso 1, it felt like when Grasso was, you know, using her boxing and landing on Valentina, it felt like, okay, she's doing damage, and Valentina would look flustered, you know, kind of heading backwards, and it felt like Valentina was struggling, and they would have a back and forth fight, and it felt going into the 4th round, it was 3-1. 2-1 to finishing the 4th round was to Shevchenko. Grasso was kind of winning the 4th round. And then out of nowhere, we know Valentina likes to use spinning kicks and spinning elbows and whatnot. As she spins, Alexa Grasso expertly grabs for the takedown, pulls her to the ground, gets the rear naked choke and kind of cranks on the rear naked choke / faith crank. And then Valentina can't take it anymore and she taps, and you know, her streak's gone and she's lost the title. What a great fight that was. What a great upset. What a great win. One of the best wins from Alexa Grasso. And she exploited flaws in a game which a lot of us thought was flawless. I think a lot of us thought Valentina will probably get to like 10 title defenses and then retire. But Alexa Grasso was a unlikely champion and winner and contender. And then from then onwards, they've had the rematch where Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko went to war in quite a crazy fight, which was a split draw and one of the best fights of the year last year. Easily the best women's fight off the top of my head. And back and forth fight, striking, grappling, wrestling, you name it. And they both had great moments. But the fight was a split draw, which has kind of led to this trilogy fight with no clear-cut. There have been kind of clear-cut contenders coming through, but not one big enough where you go, okay, you deserve the title shot. I think Manan Furo is the next contender off the top of my head. But Alexa Grasso, she's had a brilliant run in the UFC where recently, she would have struggles because she used to fight in strawweight, and she was just struggling to make the weight. And then eventually she was like, okay, I'm going to move up. And she's on this 5-fight win streak now with, some great wins, great submission wins and wins over Valentina Shevchenko, which will boost her confidence. Both ladies have been in each other's presence for the kind of past months or so with the filming of Tough and whatnot. I feel like there's a lot of mutual respect, but, there's a lot of kind of, from Valentina's side, she's a very competitive woman and she's quite spiteful if she loses. So I feel like this is going to be very, very fun and a very good fight. Let's kind of break down the tail of the tape and how I think this fight is going to go. So, Grasso, 16 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. Valentina Shevchenko, 23 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. Same height, 5'5". Reach, pretty much the same, 66-inch, 67-inch reach for Valentina. And pretty much same leg reach, 37.5-inch, 38-inch reach for Valentina Shevchenko. I think this is like one of the first times where a lot of the girls, I know Caitlin Chukagian off the top of my head, I feel like she was pretty tall, but a lot of the girls couldn't match Valentina for physicality. I think Caitlin Chukagian struggled, Jessica I kind of struggled. They just don't have that same explosiveness. Jessica Andrade has the explosiveness, but she just doesn't have the size and physicality that Valentina had. So that's why Valentina could dominate a lot of these women. I always remember Valentina loves that crucifix position and then just hammering elbows, and she's so strong on top of you where she's dominating them. Alexa Grasso, though she's probably not as explosive as Valentina at times, she's as strong, I feel, in that sense. And also, Valentina is so explosive, it saps her cardio energy. She uses these big bursts, and then she kind of gets tired going into the later rounds. I feel like we never used to see her get tired because no one could match her physicality and no one could kind of stop her in the sense of on the feet or cause struggles on the feet with the striking. Whereas Alexa Grasso is matching her physicality, age, striking. She's finding Valentina's number. I think when it comes to kicks, I think Valentina's the better kicker. I think when it comes to striking, as in punches on the feet, I think Alexa Grasso has landed some jabs and right hands on Valentina's face, and you see Valentina getting scared and rushing back. I feel like she's a typical kind of Taekwondo, Muay Thai kind of fighter where the kicks are everything, but the striking with the hands isn't all there. Whereas Alexa Grasso is really good boxing. And then in terms of the grappling, it's back and forth with these two ladies. They can ebb and flow on the ground. I feel like we always see whoever's on kind of top or gets top position can normally dominate the round. But it was the 5th round. I cannot remember off the life of me how the 5th round went, but I remember the 5th round. I'm pretty sure Valentina was dominating the 5th round, and then Alexa Grasso at the very end had a comeback and reversed to position, and then she was dominating on top. So yeah, these two ladies are very close. One thing to point out, UFC Noche, Alexa Grasso is the biggest, most popular Mexican on the card. This card is full of Mexican talent up and down the card, but the biggest and most high-profile Mexican talent is the Mexican champion, Alexa Grasso. The UFC is not going to want her to lose. She is going to be the star that they are pinning this event on. Yes, Sean O'Malley and Maraba main event, but for what Dana is making this out to be, Noche UFC, this is an ode to Mexican history. You don't even have guys like Brandon Moreno on the card, who is the most popular Mexican, I'd say, on the current roster. So I feel like they're going to want Grasso to win. So if it is a close decision, I can see them putting it Grasso's way, which is why I'm probably going to lean to her winning a decision. I think I don't think Valentina, I just think she's aging. I just think just year on year, she's just getting a bit older and a bit slower. And we are seeing now, you know, our legends of the past 6-7 years, they're kind of going to the wayside now. So Valentina's 36. Alexa Grasso, I'm pretty sure, is not even, she's 31. So she's much younger, she's much fresher. I just think, yeah, Valentina is just getting too old and just slowing down quite a bit. Like, we've seen all our legends of the past kind of go now, of the previous era. Amanda Nunes has called it a day. Izzy's kind of come to his end. Kamaru's come to his end. Volkanovski's come to his end, you know. Tyron Woodley, Leon Edwards, you know, that previous era of champions, Stipe, they're coming to the end of the cycle, and the new blood is coming through, like Ilia Topuria, like Alexa Grasso, like Dricus du Plessis, and it's just their time, and it's Alexa's coming into her prime, which is why I think she's going to not dominate. I think it's going to be a competitive fight, and I do think you may see a change of game plan where Alexa's going to mix it up, you know, grappling, striking, and just show a complete arsenal of MMA going into the future of the women's flyweight division to win. Not a comfortable decision, but to win a decision in the fight. Let us know what you think of my prediction. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think Valentina is going to starch Alexa Grasso on the feet and then KO her? Let us know your predictions down in the comments below. It is actually, I've just seen, Alexa Grasso was born August 9th, so it is her birthday week going into fight week. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let us know your predictions down in the comments below. Who have you got, Alexa Grasso or Valentina Shevchenko? Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.